Hello everybody, David Shuster here. Donald Trump's latest boast about the U.S. economy under him has been shattered, and this time it was epic. Trump wrote this simple post on Truth Social: "Because of tariffs, our economy is booming." Just hours later, though, there was this.
A new report out this morning from a key group of the world's 38 most wealthy nations sharply downgraded its current year growth forecast for the United States, going from a forecast for 2025 of 2.2% growth projected to now just 1.6.
Bloomberg headline: Trump tariffs are hurting U.S. and global economy. Quote, "Due to rising trade costs imposed by Trump's trade war and rising uncertainty among producers and consumers, economic growth is expected to fall from 3.3% in 2024 to 2.9% this year, and the United States will fare even worse, going from 2.8% last year to 1.6% this year." On top of U.S. economic growth slowing down under Donald Trump, inflation in the United States is now projected to go up. Alex Pereira is the OECD's chief economist.
We expect inflation will stay higher for longer periods of time. We expect, for example, in the United States, inflation will reach close to 4% at the end of the year.
High inflation during part of the Biden administration is what swept Donald Trump to victory last year. Trump repeatedly promised during the campaign to tame inflation and lower prices on day one.
Prices will come down. You just watch. They'll come down, and they'll come down fast. We're going to get the prices down.
But now, thanks to Trump's tariffs and trade policy, prices are going up and inflation is rising. Plus, global investors are losing faith in the creditworthiness of the United States. We are already seeing this in the market for U.S. Treasury bonds, which is like the plumbing of the U.S. financial system. As the U.S. debt keeps piling up and investors lose confidence in the ability of the United States to pay back what's been borrowed, Treasury yields keep rising. And the yields are approaching the breaking point, according to one of the most respected voices in the U.S. financial system, J.P. Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon.
You are going to see a crack in the bond market, okay? It is going to happen. And I tell this to my regulators, some of who are in this room, I'm telling you it's going to happen, and you're going to panic.
The panic over the possible collapse of the U.S. economy under crushing debt is shared by one of Donald Trump's closest former advisors, Elon Musk. Musk is a critic of the Trump GOP tax and spending bill now in front of Congress. The bill would add trillions of dollars to the national debt, and Musk's warnings are getting more dire. He wrote on X, "I'm sorry, but I just can't stand it anymore. This massive, outrageous, pork-filled congressional spending bill is a disgusting abomination. Shame on those who voted for it. You know you did wrong. You know it."
Something that just crossed, Caroline. How mad do you think President Trump is going to be when he finds out that Elon Musk said, "I'm sorry, but I just can't stand it anymore. This massive, outrageous, pork-filled congressional spending bill is a disgusting abomination. Shame on those who voted for it. You know you did wrong. You know it."
Look, the president already knows where Elon Musk stood on this bill. It doesn't change the president's opinion. This is one big, beautiful bill, and he's sticking to it.
But that bill, according to the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office, would add trillions of dollars to the debt. It would also widen the wealth gap by giving an estimated $664 billion in tax breaks to the richest 1%. It would throw 13 million people off of Medicaid, and it would cut $290 billion for programs that feed the hungry. The issue for Elon Musk, though, as well as for a few congressional Republicans, is the additional debt. House Speaker Mike Johnson says flat out that Musk is off target.
With all due respect, my friend Elon is terribly wrong about the one big beautiful bill. We had a long conversation yesterday, he and I. Spoke for, I think, more than 20 minutes on the telephone, and I extolled all the virtues of the bill, and he seemed to understand that.
Still, Musk is firing away at the bill more forcefully than ever, and that could give cover to congressional Republican holdouts and make things even more challenging for Senate Republican Majority Leader John Thune.
My hope is that as he has an opportunity to further assess what this bill actually does, that he'll come to a different conclusion. But nevertheless, I mean, we have a job to do, the American people elected us to do. We have an agenda that everybody campaigned on, most notably the President of the United States, and we're going to deliver on that agenda.
Musk lashed out, though, minutes after Donald Trump attacked one of the Republican Senate bill opponents, Rand Paul. Trump wrote, "Rand votes no on everything, but never has any practical or constructive ideas. His ideas are actually crazy losers. The people of Kentucky can't stand him. This is a big growth bill." Senator Paul responded to reporters with this.
And this is a debate over whether or not a country can have $36 trillion in debt, whether we can have interest payments over $1 trillion. I think it's an important debate to have. I don't make it personal at all. I like the president, supported the president. In fact, I'm for the tax cuts.
But it's the debt that bothers Rand Paul and Elon Musk and investors around the globe. And keep in mind, if the U.S. economy slows down, as analysts keep predicting, and bond market yields keep rising, the U.S. debt will grow even faster. It all adds up to an economic and financial mess. And the only thing that Donald Trump seems capable of doing is hurling insults on his Truth Social media platform and lying to the American public. The U.S. economy is slowing down, not booming. And Donald Trump's lack of credibility is making everything worse. By the way, the Trump administration is ramping up migrant deportations, and ICE agents conducting a raid recently in Martha's Vineyard were filmed by a concerned citizen who shamed the agents to their faces.
I'll continue to follow him.
That's fine. As far as RN goes for local PD, obviously filming, you got your First Amendment right.
10-4.
Following them, you're on a public way.
10-4.
That's not against the law as long as you
Gotcha.
obey all traffic violations, traffic infractions, stuff like that.
10-4.
And they're just concerned that you may be impeding with their job. That's all.
No, as long as I'm on the public roadway or on the public access, then
No, of course.
I don't think I'm impeding with them, and we got to do what we got to do.
No, of course.
You, them, and me.
Yep,
so,
they do have a job too, so they just don't want to impede with their job. And again, by following them, you're in a public way. You can,
I get it, man. That's why I'm here.
That's something we're concerned about.
So traffic laws would go for these guys as well. You can't drive down South Road or North Road. Do you know which road is South Road? Do you know which road North Road is? No, because you're not from here, you goon. In any event, the speed limit is not 15 miles an hour the whole way. It's not 20 miles an hour. It's 40 miles an hour. All right? So try to keep that in mind and obey the laws that we have here as I do.
Okay. Wait.
Why?
Yeah.
Because I'm enraged at your mask wearing ass.
Okay.
That's why I'm shaking.
So, sir, I'll have a conversation with you. You talk. Let me have a conversation. So that's fine. Do what you got to do, record, all that stuff. But here's your official warning, okay? We have the FBI with us. If you impede in any way, shape, or form, you are going to be arrested and taken into federal custody.
Thank you. Okay. Here's your official warning. If you trespass against my rights, I will not comply with you. I will not resist with you. Okay. I will take offensive with you. Okay. That's your warning. Okay. I know what my rights are, and if you break them, be forewarned that I will do what I need to do to protect myself. Okay? Okay? Good.
Have a good one.
Why do you wear the mask? Why can't you answer that question? Huh? I mean, I don't understand why you don't answer the question. Dude.
Check out that video at the link below. It generated a lot of comments on YouTube. One of the most popular is from Tech, who wrote, "When so-called officers of the law have to cover their face, they know what they're doing is wrong." Indeed. I look forward to reading your comments about Donald Trump making new claims about the U.S. economy and getting slammed. I'm David Shuster. Thanks for joining us.